We're talking about Belly and Conrad at the beach. And of course, they start out in the pool and have important moments at the pool, which they continue to do in the show, but their most important moments take place at the beach. And I'd like to talk about two other things that happen at the beach that night. So I mentioned a little bit in my last video, of course, Belly arrives at the beach, and this is the first thing that she sees. Jump scare. I know, Belly, me too. Me too. It's, of course, Conrad kissing Nicole, and they get into it because she's wearing a Mets hat, and he mentions that he took Nicole to the Deb Ball after she left last year, and she's like, "You said that Debs were sheep." She's being very petulant and childlike here, but you know what? She's hurt, obviously, and I think deep down that Conrad knows this. But Belly gets her revenge, right? Like almost immediately. Sits on the sand. She meets Cam Cameron, sweet guy. They have a conversation. They knew each other, at Latin camp or whatever, which is so nerdy. For all of you who say that Belly isn't smart, she went to Latin camp, okay? But she's very smart in the same way that Conrad is. But anyway, but then she does this. She, after the whole fight and they're leaving and they're at the car, she kisses Cam Cameron right in front of Conrad, which is quite the choice, Isabel, and very, very deliberate, right? This is her getting back at Conrad, and really her entire relationship with Cam is just a reaction to Conrad. Frankly, if she hadn't seen Conrad kissing somebody else, or he had just been at the party, she would have been talking to him and she never even would have met Cam Cameron. So I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. Belly and Conrad are on this same journey. They follow the same path. They both need to get to be okay with themselves before they can be with one another. And some of these people are just the people along the way who help them get there. And I'm going to include Jeremiah in that. Sorry, Team Jeremiah. But this moment, this poor man's face, and then what does he do in reaction to this? Because he reacts too. We get this scene. The minute they're alone together, he reaches forward and he's playing with her hair and talking about how it's messy like a little kid. This is so intimate and charged, just like it was in the pool with them when they were underwater. So anytime they're alone, something happens with these two.